Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, June 14th, and my name is Bill McCamley. I'm a state representative from New Mexico representing Las Cruces, and this is your legislative update for the day. I was in Santa Fe this morning for a meeting of our interim committee on water and natural resources, and there was a good discussion and presentation from the state engineer and the head of the Interstate Streams Commission on our water situation. And here's kind of some of the high points. First off, as many of you know, New Mexico is in a lawsuit with the state of Texas about many of the water rights that happen throughout the state. Obviously, we're higher on the stream for the Rio Grande than Texas is, so they get a certain amount of water that comes down. They're saying they don't get enough of this water, and we're saying we do provide what is in what is called a compact or an old agreement, and this has gone to what is called a special master. So it's a judge that makes this decision. And what the engineer told us this morning is they're trying very hard to work out a negotiated settlement with Texas so that they don't have to go to the full Supreme Court. He talked a little bit about water banking and saying that's something we're going to be doing in the state as a whole. I've been really involved with some of the folks in our area down in the south part of the state with this scheme. And what that means is people voluntarily get into an agreement saying, okay, we are going to figure out how much water there's going to be in order to preserve it for the future. And we're going to allow us to buy and sell between the farmers and the cities, between the cities and the university. All those folks come together and allow for an easier way and more efficient way to use our limited resources more effectively. And I really support this type of discussion. It's something we have to do more of. We heard from the lady from the Interstate Streams Commission, and this is actually a little bit concerning. A lot of New Mexico is now not in what they call drought, but in an excessively dry situation. The El Nino that everyone expected to produce a lot of water and snow did in December of last year, but really didn't from January till now. And so we're back in a condition where we're watching for drought, and what happens usually after an El Nino is what they call a La Nina. And this weather pattern allows for usually drier and hotter weather. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicts there's a 75% chance of a La Nina. So what that means is we could be going back into some very dry times for the state, and that's very, very concerning. One of the things that got talked about specifically for that is how we treat our endangered species. So there are a few different species of fish around the state that rely on stream flows. And if we're using all the water for farming, for cities and counties, and there's no stream flows in the river, then those fish go extinct. And they're trying to figure out ways of doing that, keeping the fish alive, and yet still providing water for the people that need it. Let me just say two final things. First of all, the lessons learned: we cannot pray for rain. That is not water policy. We've really got to start doing things like figuring out how we use water more efficiently. What are we doing to look at water desalination? That water banking idea, are we doing that more around the state? Are we having a sense of urgency about this? I really think that's what we have to do. And secondly, we should not be using the word drought anymore. We are going into a time when less water is going to be much more of a normal situation. I think sometimes using the drought is almost like a way out. Oh, it's a drought. We'll get rain down the way. And that's not probably going to happen, at least in the next year or two. So as we move forward on this, I hope everyone can understand it and work with each other and work with us to get a water future. We live in a desert that's going to be much more sustainable. So thanks everybody for watching this. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know, or comments. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Thanks. Bye.